The question number 24, it is concerned with the opening of a stomata. First of all, stomata, minute pores or aperture over the epiderm of leaf. These stomata are formed by two specialized cells known as guard cells. These are known as guard cells. The speciality of guard cell, first of all, they are kidney shape or bean shape. Second speciality, that is inner wall is thick. Their inner wall is thick. And third speciality, they contain chloroplast. They contain chloroplast. And around guard cells, subsidiary cells are present. These are subsidiary cells or supporting cell or accessory cells. This is a stoma, or we can say stomatal aperture. These are the guard cells. These are subsidiary cells. This is a stomatal aperture or a stoma, collectively known as stomatal apparatus. For opening, turgidity is required. For opening, turgidity is essential. When guard cells are turgid, then only stoma opens. So let's see. Decline in solute, wrong. If solutes are more, then only guard cells get water. Lowering the osmotic potential of guard cell, yes, right. Because of the entry of water, osmotic potential declines. Rise in the potassium level, it is right also, because influx of potassium is essential. Influx of potassium is essential. Influx of potassium is required. When potassium enters in guard cell, meanwhile guard cells already synthesized malic acid. That malic acid dissociates and potassium ion combines with the malate to form potassium malate. Potassium ion enters and they combine with the malate to form potassium malate. It increases the osmotic potential of guard cell. That's why guard cell draw water from surrounding cell. Guard cells draw water from surrounding cell. So third is also a requirement for opening. Then movement of water from neighboring cell into the guard cell is right. And flaccidity, this is the wrong option. That is, guard cells should be turgid. Guard cells should be turgid. In this respect, answer is B. That is, B, C, D are correct. B, C, D are correct event which are shown by the guard cell at the time of opening. Speciality, that is potassium influx. Second, formation of malic acid. It dissociates into H ions plus malate. That malate combines with the potassium and mainly responsible for the increase of osmotic potential. So that's why guard cell draw water from surrounding cell. And water enters, guard cells become turgid. Turgidity favors opening. Turgidity favors opening. Transpiration is least in. Let's check. These are the conditions. Good soil moisture favors opening. Transpiration. Because if there is a moisture in the soil, then only plants can draw water from soil. High wind velocity, transpiration is high. Dry environment, transpiration is high. If there is a humidity, atmospheric humidity is inversely proportional to the rate of transpiration, because in transpiration water is lost in the form of vapors, or if atmosphere is already saturated, that is it is a humid one, then vapor pressure between the substomatal chamber and external environment will be affected. If atmosphere is humid. In that case, vapor pressure of atmosphere is quite high. In that case, rate of transpiration declines. So transpiration is least in which condition? That is high atmospheric humidity. Even though we can say, if a plant from a Rajasthan or dry area is shifted into Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai or any coastal area, what will be the effect over the transpiration on that plant? Answer is, that is rate of transpiration declines. Why? These areas are coastal and they are with the high humidity. And as opposite to this one, if the plant is shifted in the dry desert area, rate of transpiration enhances. So there is a direct effect of humidity over the rate of transpiration. 26. Which one of the following will not directly affect transpiration? Temperature, direct effect; light, direct effect; wind speed, direct effect; chlorophyll has no direct role. Chlorophyll is required for the photosynthesis only. That is, chlorophyll absorbs solar energy and that solar energy is responsible for the preparation of food. If food is there, that is photosynthetic products are water soluble, and guard cells, they also have chloroplast. If soluble products increases in the guard cell, definitely it favors opening only. But there is a no relationship of the chloroplast content of the leaf with the rate of transpiration. So answer is D. 27. When a plant undergoes senescence, that is aging, senescence or aging, what effect? That is, what will be effect over the nutrients? Nutrients are withdrawn if plant undergoes senescence. Next one, mycorrhiza. Myco, that is fungus. Myco stands for fungus and rhiza for root. Symbiotic and mutual association of fungi with the roots of higher plant. Symbiotic and mutual, that is both the partners get benefited. Symbiotic and mutual association of fungi with the roots of higher plant. This is known as mycorrhiza. Actually, the mycorrhizic root covered by fungal filament. It is covered by fungal filaments. So in mycorrhizic root hairs are not there, root cap is not there. So mineral absorption, water absorption, as well as protection to the root, these functions are assigned to fungus, and fungus getting nourishment from the root. That's why this relationship is mutual, that is both the partners get benefited. So mycorrhiza helps in absorption of water as well as mineral nutrition. Rest two activities are not associated. Especially phosphate nourishment. So question number 28, its answer is both A and B, that is absorption of water and mineral nutrition. 29th, sugar transported through phloem. Sugar is formed in the leaves. Green leaves are the site of formation of sugar. And by the process of photosynthesis, hexose sugars are formed. But this is not the translocable form. These are transformed into sucrose, that is disaccharide. That is sucrose, disaccharide, and it is a translocable form of a sugar. Hexose sugar, it is utilizable form of sugar. Sucrose, disaccharide, translocable form of sugar. Starch is water insoluble, so can't be translocated. Starch is water insoluble, cannot be translocated. So in this process, in the sugar translocation, leaves synthesize hexose sugar and that is converted into sucrose. Then it is loaded in the phloem. Sucrose is loaded in the phloem. Loading of phloem requires energy. Loading of phloem requires energy, that is ATPs are required for the loading of phloem. ATPs are needed for the loading of phloem. So via companion cell, sugar or sucrose are transferred to the sieve cells. It is transferred to the sieve cell. First companion cell, and via companion cell to sieve tube or sieve cells. It is transferred to sieve cells. So sieve cells with rich organic matter, they draw water from surrounding cell, and in this area where the sugar contents are high, turgor pressure increases because of the entry of water. And the end to which it is translocated, that end is known as sink, and from which it is transferred as source. So from source to sink, the sugar is translocated due to difference in turgor pressure. So turgor pressure gradient in between source and sink. Turgor pressure gradient between source and sink. Source and sink mainly responsible for NMOS flow, that is bulk flow. NMOS flow or bulk flow of sucrose. This is mass flow or pressure flow hypothesis. This is mass flow or pressure flow hypothesis. Mass flow or pressure flow hypothesis. This is mass flow or pressure flow hypothesis. So answer for the 29th question, here only form of sugar is asked. In that question, sucrose is correct and rest is entire mechanism of sugar translocation. One information is more related with the translocation of organic matter, that is boron. This element or micronutrient plays an important role in sugar translocation. So at least 3 questions or 4 questions are there in this explanation. Let's see in brief. Number 1, sugar is translocated in the form of sucrose. Second information, boron element is concerned with the sugar translocation. third, the valid explanation of sugar translocation was given by Mr. Munch. Given information, valid theory for sugar translocation was given by Munch, and that theory is termed as mass flow or pressure flow theory. And the central idea of that theory, that is turgor pressure gradient between source and sink. Turgor pressure gradient between source and sink, mainly responsible for en-masse flow or bulk flow of sucrose from source to sink. That is mass flow or pressure flow theory. And the fifth information, it is a general type of information regarding phloem, that is sieve cells and sieve tube. Sieve cells and sieve tube are concerned with the translocation of sugar, and when sugar is loaded in the phloem, that is known as loading of phloem, it needs ATP, and via companion cell this work is done. That's all for 29th question. 30th question, translocation of sugar organic solutes in the sieve tube, mainly supported by. We have already given the answer in the previous question. The complete explanation was there, that is mass flow or pressure flow theory. This was given by Munch. So question number 30 is now over. Its explanation is done in 29th question. That's over.